Welcome to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Eric and Rob.
All right, man. Well, we here. It's Sunday night. Usually AEW does these on Saturday, but I guess they're doing the WWE thing, doing a Sunday. So we're here to talk AEW Double or Nothing. Doing a prediction show really quick, just for the YouTube viewers. If you are a listener of the podcast, we're not leaving the podcast lane at all. We're just branching out from the YouTube. So here we are. And we're just going to talk really quick about tonight's pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, AEW. These are usually their best shows of the year. It's kind of like their WrestleMania, in my opinion. They usually stack the card the best. The outcomes are usually the best. And this is a really stacked card. And a full crowd will be in attendance, so it will feel like an actual wrestling show for the first time, first pay-per-view anyway, in over a year that will have full attendance. Now, WrestleMania was okay because they had 25% or something like that.
Yeah, so roughly about 25,000 people there.
Yeah, but it was, that's a stadium that could seat 75. So it's not a lot of people. So tonight, I think they still are at Daly's Place, but it's going to be a packed crowd. If you watch Dynamite Friday, you heard how that was, and it was rocking in there, and it was just so good to hear the crowd doing the chants again. It's just the reactions of the crowd, all of that. It was great. So looking forward to tonight. There is one match on the buy-in, which is Serena Deeb versus Riho. It is for the NWA Women's Championship. Haven't seen Riho in a long time, so I don't think she's going to just jump back in and take the title off Serena, but I think it'll be a decent match. I'm going to go ahead and say Deeb retains.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Even though Riho is one of Kenny Omega's proteges, like you said, she's been gone a while, and she's a decent worker, but no reason to take it off of Serena right now, so Deeb retains.
Agreed. Outside of that, there's only one other women's match on this card. That's probably the only critique I would give AEW. Get some diversity going. But up next, and I don't know who. I really don't know who to pick for this. The Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW World Championship match. Just a few of the names. You got Christian Cage, Porn Star Hobbs, Penta El Zero, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, The Blade, Evil Uno. Let's see, Brian Pillman Jr. is in there, QT Marshall's in there, Dustin's in there, and of course, the wild card is always a mystery. So we'll see who that is. I know there's some rumors out there floating about some cameos, some appearances that could be coming on tonight. That's usually what AEW is known for, especially with their big events. So that will be very interesting to see how it plays out. I'm going to go ahead and pick Penta El Cero Miedo. I don't like the new name. I just like Pentagon, so I'm just going to call him Pentagon.
Yeah, that's what I'd go with.
I would love to see him and Kenny Omega go at it. Should Omega retain, even if Pac was to win later on, I just think Penta is somebody that should be in the title picture, period. So that's my pick. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, that's a good pick from a matchup standpoint, and I have no idea who to pick in this. I just really don't. But just for a name standpoint, just because he's the biggest name, and I'm assuming they want to get him at least in the title picture at some point, even though he just got there recently, I'm just going to go with Christian Cage.
Yeah, that's a safe pick.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. It's safe.
We'll doing the old WWE move.
Right.
It's not a bad pick though. I could see him winning as well. This is a match I have concerns about, but I think, like you said earlier when we were talking, if he didn't think he could do it, he probably wouldn't go. But we know how stubborn these wrestlers are these days. I'm talking about Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I think this could start the show just to get the crowd into it, get that pop, seeing Sting, and get the crowd going. I think it'll be a decent match. Darby Allin's gonna have to do the heavy lifting because Sting is limited. But when you got Scorpio Sky, who I've seen a lot of, I haven't seen that much of Ethan Page, but I think it'll be a decent match. This is a tough one to pick, though. I think I'm actually going to go against the grain. I'm going to go Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, pick up the win here. I think they need it more than Sting and Darby Allin do. So, yeah.
I'm in agreement with you. I think they said this is Sting's first match in 6 years. So I don't think that Sting and Darby are going to be a continuous thing. I mean, we might see them pal around, but as far as seeing them wrestle, I don't think we're going to see it much. Like you said, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky need it more. I'm going to even predict that Sting eats the pin, but I think that Sting will make a decent accounting of himself. Like I said, he'll stay in his lane. I don't think he'll try to do too much, and I don't think Sting would even do this in the first place if he didn't think he could handle it.
Right. The TNT Championship, you got Miro versus Lance Archer with Jake Roberts. I kind of have concerns with this match too, just because Lance Archer hasn't exactly, tore it up yet. I guess you can make the same argument for Miro, but I at least believe in his character. I know Good Brother doesn't so much, but I have a problem with Miro. I didn't like the gaming gimmick. I'm glad he got away from that, and he's more serious now. Dude's in the best shape he's ever been in, so I hopefully one day he can even work his way up to the heavyweight championship. I am going to say Miro retains. I think it's too soon, even though Lance could use a win. I think it's too soon to just take it off of him. He just won it a couple weeks ago. So a short title reign doesn't do him any favors. And I'm not a big hot potato fan anyway, unless it's, really good storytelling. I prefer not to. You take the title. No, you take the title. No, you take the title. Just make it mean something. So I'm going to go Miro.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Like you said, he just got the title a couple of weeks ago. I think he's finally finding his character. Archer, to me, is just not that dude yet. He's just not championship material. Maybe someday, but not now. So I'm going with Miro.
Okay. Now, so this Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo, is there some type of stipulation to this match that I missed while they did the whole weigh-in thing? Like, was there a reason? They're not boxing, are they? They're not going to put an octagon around them and they're not going to turn it into an MMA fight. I mean, they did everything. They stripped down to their boxers and got on the scale. Big Show, like he couldn't read.
Man, what I read into that is obviously in WWE, before a big match, you have the contract signings. It's a chance for the wrestlers to get in the ring and kind of have a confrontation with each other before the match, get everybody all jacked up about it. So AEW says, well, let's put our own spin on that. Let's have a weigh-in. Now, I did not think they would have the dudes stripped down to the draws for the, I didn't, you didn't need to do all that, but I guess they're trying to make it look official. But to me, that's all it was. It's just a way to get the two in the ring and have them have this little fracas. Otherwise, no, I don't think there's any stipulation.
Okay, well, my pick is going to be Anthony Ogogo. I don't see any point of Cody winning just yet. It's just going to be a big-time feud. They got to keep it going. So I'm going with Anthony Ogogo. I expect QT Marshall to get involved and the rest of the crew. So I don't think it'll be a clean win. There'll be some shenanigans for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving the nod to go Ogogo. How the fuck
All
you
right.
say
Well, I
his
am
name?
rooting for. I've been a little critic of Cody. I just don't think he's that good in the ring. But I'm going to say that he wins tonight. I mean, he's coming in, introducing himself, as a tribute to his father as the American Dream. I've got my T-shirt on.
Didn't I get you that?
That was a gift, huh?
Didn't I get you that?
I was just going to mention that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you sure did. So I'm representing that today, hoping that Cody represents that nickname that American Dream made so famous by his father. And so for that reason, I'm gonna predict Cody to win tonight.
Okay. Hikaru Shida, who's had the AEW Women's Championship for a year now, defending her championship against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I think this could potentially be a show stealer. Hikaru Shida's gotten better. Dr. Britt Baker's gotten better. So I really, really, really hope that the match is good. And maybe I'm hoping against hope so Book can finally give a higher grade than a C for AEW women's match. But I am going to say Britt Baker wins. I think this is long, long overdue. She's got that heel character down. Hikaru she was a better champion than Riho, for sure. Oh, yeah. I think we all were under the impression that Nyla Rose was going to be the champ for a longer period of time, but that didn't happen either. So, and I don't even know where she is. That whole thing with her and Vicky, where they've been. I mean, not that I miss Vicky, but
Oh, come on now.
Excuse me.
You did that pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Britt Baker.
To me, this is the only match on this card where I feel certain of who the winner is going to be, and it's going to be Britt Baker. Hikaru Shida has been a great champion. We've all been critical of the AEW women's division, justifiably so. She did a great job of leading that division through a tough time. But like you said, Britt Baker is a superstar in the making. She's established herself as one of the biggest stars in AEW, male or female. And I think having her as champion is a major step towards giving this women's division legitimacy. She will be great in that role. She can wrestle. And so to me, this is a slam dunk. Britt Baker wins in what I think will be a great match. I'm going to say a great match.
Okay. Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage. I don't think the FTW belt is it a real belt or is it a prop? Because he never defends it, so it can't be a real thing.
I think it's a prop. I mean, we'll have to yield to MJ Book on this one. He's the ECW expert, but I believe when Taz had it in ECW, it was mostly just a prop. I don't think he actually defended it, but Mike can correct me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think it's just a prop. I don't think it's on the line. So
yeah, but either way, I think Brian Cage will get the win here. I know that AEW has the win-loss thing, and I think he's another one that I think could use a push to a championship contention. Now, I don't think he should win it. I just think it would look good on his resume, and I think they got to get their bigger guys involved in the championship. You got to start doing something with Wardlow. You got to start doing stuff with Brian Cage. Hobbs, not quite. He's more of a lower mid-card talent, especially with that name. And I feel like I'm missing somebody else that's big. Oh, Jurassic Express. What's his name? Luchasaurus.
Right.
He could potentially be something. If they booked him right too. But yeah, I'm gonna go Brian Cage. I know I'm picking like all heels today, but this is what I feel. I think Brian Cage is gonna, and I like Hangman. I won't be mad if he wins. I just think Brian's going to.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think didn't Cage get a shot at Moxley when he was champ?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. He did.
So
did.
Yeah, so he's been in the title picture. That's neither here nor there, really. I'm gonna go Hangman on this one though. Not for any particular reason, just because I have a feeling. Yeah, this one's a tough call.
It is. I could be wrong. You know, they probably are still just building up Hangman, who I think is the future outside of Kenny. This normally when we talk about the Young Bucks, we're saying this is the automatic show steal, the best match on the card, but I don't know this time when they're facing John Moxley and as a good brother so eloquently called him, Eddie Stinkston.
I'm glad you said it. I was going to mention that, but I don't think I could have got it out without just cracking up laughing.
Oh man, when he sent that to the chat, I lost it. I normally think of the names, but I never thought of that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
First of all, let's get my prediction out of the way. Bucks are retaining. There's no reason for them to lose to Moxley and Kingston. You know, it's a tag team championship. Keep it on an actual tag team. As much as Moxley and Kingston have a history, they don't have a history of being a tag team. So keep it on tag team. I just hope it's a good match. I'm just worried the match won't live up because not really on Moxley's end. I just haven't seen Kingston do shit that had me go, oh, yeah, Eddie Kingston match. Like, nothing memorable about Eddie Kingston except his horrible ring attire. That's about it. But, yeah, I'm just going to go Bucks retain and just hope that Eddie doesn't stink up the joint.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bucks retaining. But I'm kind of intrigued by this match only because of the contrast of styles. We know the Young Bucks are just technicians in there. Moxley and Stinkston. I mean, man, that's not really their style. They're more like a brawling style.
Right.
Less technical. Mm-hmm. And so I'm curious to see what kind of match we have. I mean, it could be a complete train wreck, or the contrast of styles could make for something entertaining. So I'm going to say that the Bucks win, but I am intrigued by the match.
It'll be interesting, is what I will say. Okay, so the belt collector himself defending his AEW championship against Orange Cassidy and Pac, or Pac, how the fuck you say it? I will say I think Kenny will retain because I think he's going to have to get beat. When he does lose, it's going to be twofold because it's going to have to be somebody that's going to kick out of the one-winged angel, which nobody has. That's number one. And it has to mean something because he's not only the AEW champion. Now he's what is it? Not TNA. What do they call it? Damn. What's the? It's not TNA anymore. What do they call it? Impact Wrestling Champion.
Oh, Impact. Okay.
Yeah. It used to be TNA. And I think he's facing what's his name in August, Andrade.
Yeah, that should be a great match.
Yeah, so I mean, I think they're gonna keep it on him. This is on the second pay-per-view he's been champ, so yeah, Revolution and this. Yeah, he'll probably have it for a while. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say Kenny.
Yeah, I say Kenny retains. I like Pac. I'm not as big a fan of Orange Cassidy as a lot of people, even though I do like him. But I just don't see either one of those two really being championship material at this point. Even though Cassidy's over with the crowd, I just don't see him as championship material. So Kenny retains.
And last but not least, we got the Stadium Stampede, the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. If the Inner Circle lose, they must disband. So, I mean, is this really a cinematic? I guess because maybe it's pre-taped. That's why we call it cinematic. But it might not be. It might be something they can do live this time. It's not the same circumstances, but even the one last year, I think we all really enjoyed. I think this could be the best match. Well, will be the best match on the card. It's really hard to predict because on one hand, I could see them wanting to split up Inner Circle and let these, what a book called them, the Fish Floppers, Pride and Powerful, let them go off and be their own tag team. Let Sammy Guevara be a single star. I think if there was, I guess eventually Wardlow could break off from MJF. Or that's a different. I really want Wardlow to break away from MJF, if you can't tell. But Jericho could probably use a break. And I don't know what they do with Hager. I mean, because he never talks, so he has no personality. He's just like a robot, a big robot, But man, this is tough because I thought the Blood and Guts match was great, except for that finish. Man, my mind says Pinnacle, but my heart is saying Inner Circle. So I'm gonna go. Man, this is hard. I didn't think it was gonna be.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to start playing the Jeopardy music on you so I can get
right. All right. I'm gonna go Inner Circle. They get the win, and they stay together.
That's your final answer?
Inner Circle, final answer.
Okay, lock it in. All right, yeah, I'm going Inner Circle. We saw the Pinnacle get over at Blood and Guts, and then if you watch Friday Night Dynamite, the show ended with them kind of getting the better of the Inner Circle in the little prelude to the Stadium Stampede. So for those reasons, I am going to say that the Inner Circle will win. You have these two great factions. Why break them up? I mean, the guys can still do their individual thing. The Fish Floppers, as Mike and like you like to call them.
Was it Proud and Powerful? Santana and Ortiz. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So many damn names.
They used to be LAX. Yeah. But yeah, they can still do their own thing, but then you just have them come together as the faction. And I mean, look, man, these guys are really over with the crowd, the Inner Circle.
Oh, yeah, you got Jericho's music and the crowd singing it.
Oh, man,
that's the only thing that's going to be missing tonight because they're going to be in the stadium.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, okay.
That would have been a loud chorus of his song.
Oh, man.
Judas.
I mean, when I finally see an AEW card live, that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Singing Judas.
But yeah, I'm going to go with Inner Circle.
All right. Well, this card, this is what? How many matches? It's like 8 or 9, isn't it? Oh, there's 10 if you count the buy-in. So, this is, with AEW, they don't do a show every month. So their cards tend to be a lot longer. So we're used to recording around 9:30. This might be like 10:30.
Yeah, well, look, man, tomorrow's a holiday. I don't have to get up in the morning.
Right,
so I'm cool with it, however long it goes.
Yeah, so if they were going to do it this way, this is, next day's a holiday. Most people don't have to get up. So, yeah. Well, those are our predictions. What do you all think? Do you think Inner Circle, Pinnacle? Let us know in the comments. We will be back tonight. I don't know if the video will be live, but the video will be up by tomorrow, and the post-show podcast immediately following Double or Nothing tonight. Check it out. It's $49.99. I think you can get it on Fight TV and BR Live. You're welcome, AEW. So check it out and check us out on our post-show, the podcast, the audio recording, and the video. We'll speak to you all again soon. Enjoy the show.